Hello everyone and no one, and welcome back to another Poor Boy Optics here on Rotten's Guns. Today we're actually doing the review on the Alpen optic. I don't know what you can see that one on there. It is the Argus LT red dot. Now it does come with some other stuff in there. I think it comes on one of the low Picatinny rail attachments. It's got a tall one as well if you want to put it on an AR. I decided to go through and put it on the Bull Armory tack that I had picked up because I finally kind of broke down and decided, you know what, I want a really nice double stack 1911. And this thing, other than a couple instances with the 147 grain Blazer, has just ran like a champ. And then the only other issues I had was originally I had some of the wrong screws here that were just about right but weren't right, and then these screws were the right thread pitch but were just a little too long. I probably should have just pulled them out, put new ones on that were shorter, but instead I was like, screw that, I'm not digging through all of the freaking optic screws I have, and I'm just gonna sand these ones down until they fit. So instead of the typical 1,000 review, this one is a 1,240 round review. I had no drifting with the optic. The problem, anytime I was typically having problems with, slow fire of it, it's because the screws had loosened up somewhat. But I didn't record the last of it, the 240 rounds, because I just went out there and put those through in like 40 minutes because, 420 round mags make that a lot easier. But otherwise, yeah, the gun's more accurate than I am. The optic's actually pretty accurate. I'm just not the greatest shot. I'll probably, for the thumbnail, have had the final one that I have to where I still have some stuff right. Could probably use to push the optic over to the left one more. But I even have like a couple bullseyes. I mean, yeah, the group is like as big as my head at like 12 yards, which some people would say is terrible, and that thing should be like a snuff can or something, or like a $50. Well, guess what? I kind of suck, and instead of doing the whole thing like a lot of people do, to where they'll raise up the gun, shoot, try to readjust and everything, quite literally, as soon as it was on target, seemed like it was on target for me, it was another pull of the trigger. For anyone who's wanting me mad, yes, it is empty. But with that, like, it was just going. Even on the, I think the 10-inch steel target at like 12 yards, I was just doing that whole thing as well, just trying to put rounds, checking it after every mag to see if it loosened up. And yeah, it's going a lot smoother. I don't know if I'll end up changing the optic on this one to something else, but I already didn't really have any issues with it, other than, like I said, the screws loosening up, because I have just apparently had bad luck with either not Loctiting screws properly, or apparently just not getting them tight enough or something. Typically it's been the not Loctiting them in, or like I said, for this one that I had first the almost correct but wrong screws, then the right thread pitch but the wrong length, and it still just went. I don't know how well you'll be able to see. It's still kind of bright up the whole thing for let's other way. Yeah, you can't see worth a thing. It is the I think 3 MOA dot with a 32 MOA circle with little hash marks for almost like a crosshair. I know it's not everybody's favorite thing. I either like something like that, the dot in the circle, or just a big like 6 or bigger MOA dot, because, well, again, I'm not PewView, I'm not, Nightwood Guns, I'm not a lot of these other dudes that have just been drilling and going through so much for years. So I suck comparatively. I'm better than some people, I'm a lot worse than others. So for another budget optic that's an open emitter, it ran well. And again, instead of just the 1,000 rounds, 1240, and it did what it was supposed to once I had everything else set up right. And then as long as I was able to do what I was supposed to, yeah, it frickin' ran. So I think they're MSRPing for like $160, like 160, 150, I can't remember exactly. I'm still trying to keep most of the Poor Boy optics under the $200 mark. I'll throw the actual footage I had in with it. And that's about all I got. So yeah, another, we'll get the box up so you can actually see the box if you want. It's not a bad little optic for what it is. Got it brand new off Gunbroker, so Gunbroker special basically for me. And yeah, it ran how it was supposed to. So it's nice to see more optics that are more of the budget oriented that are performing. I don't know how well it would do underneath some people's intense scrutinization of how they do it. I'm not the person who, picking back up the gun, is going to go through on a table and slam the optic into it to rack it. I'm just trying to see if it's going to last through general use on a gun. So it did, and it did it on a really fancy gun that just is super fun to shoot. So yep, it gets a big thumbs up from me. And yeah, that's really about it. So appreciate you watching. If you can be legally armed, stay legally armed, and have a wonderful day. All right, we're at like 10 yards, 10, 12 yards-ish. So got the Bull Armory tack with this Alpen optic on it. Believe I got it sighted in. Let's see how we do. Oh, I'm a little all over the place. So I got two, three of them out. Two actually really nice and one terrible. Split of a .67. First shot was a 141. Let's try this again. All right, better, but I definitely miffed that. It didn't count, so it was 7 shots, and put my finger on the trigger way too soon. That's me being stupid. Okay, exponentially better. So I definitely threw a couple through here. Overall, looking better. I'll probably put up a new target here in a bit. I'm gonna run through a couple more mags, have some fun, because this gun has been fun as heck. All right, so we're gonna try this again. All right, so I don't know how well it's gonna come in. 3.75 for 6 shots, 1.31 for the first shot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 2 off, 3 on. Why I'm shaking so much, I don't know. We'll go about here and do one more. Keep worrying this freaking mount's going loose. This optic is. I gotta double check it when I get home. So 3.67, 1.08 first shot, 0.52 split. I don't know if that's for all of them. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 1 off, the rest in the black. Slowly dialing in. I just gotta verify my screws when I get home. All right, so we got my Bull Armory tack. The Surefire's been tightened on there. Changed the screws to better screws. Apparently I might have been using the wrong ones. And it's been doing good for the over 100 rounds I put through it so far. No wobbling, no moving up and down. So I got a fresh target. Let's see what we can do on some time. And hopefully I haven't been shaking as much as I normally have been. Wow. Oh, yeah, safety. Well, I flubbed that one up hardcore trying to figure out why my gun wouldn't go off when the safety was up, because I'm a freaking genius. Let's try that again. But the one was in the black. Oh, I am still just so freaking shaky. So this was originally that first shot that I put on here, but we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, oh, top one's up here. So I am all over the place because I am, oh, I don't know why I am so freaking shaky. We'll try a little closer and see if it gets any better. Ugh, dag nabbit. Yep, that one was definitely better. So look at, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13. How the heck? Oh, yeah, 13 from the first one. Duh. So that one had all of them in the black. Not doing too bad. I need to increase my speed. So we'll actually step back closer again. This probably puts us closer to like 8, 9 yards. And we're going to try to go fast. Well, 3 shots. That wasn't what I wanted. Oh, I flubbed that. Set that down to let it cool off. Oh, I am going to need to buy more targets. I should have double checked yesterday. But that is the usual thing, that when you get closer, your grouping will shrink. And that just might be what I need to do, is just stay a little closer until I get it super small and then go with it. Now someone will probably say, well, you're drinking caffeine on like a 80-something degree day and you're out in the sun. That's not good for you. Look, we all have our problems and addictions. So go about here, go safety off. Well, I had 2 definitely high. No, I had 1 high. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1 super high. But for those who are wondering, that was a 2.72 with a 1.36 first shot with a 0.29 split. I don't know if that's for all of them or just the last. I haven't actually looked into how to use this thing to see all of my splits. I probably should, but I don't care. .97 with the 1.27 first shot, which I think it says the last shot is the 0.6. I'm kind of left. Yeah. So I think I'm pulling. So we'll just have some fun with these last bullets in this mag. It's doing pretty good. Well, since that was my last technical bullseye target that I use for my bill drill usually, because unfortunately we don't have the steel targets, and I have been way too lazy to remember to grab my rolled up paper targets that can be used for competition or for competition practice or whatnot. So we got 4 mags of 20 rounds. We're just gonna have some fun. Ugh. It helps when I get more straight on with these ones. Oh, we had our first failure to feed at getting just close to 500 rounds, and I have not cleaned this. Nor done anything to it since I got it. Gosh, if I could do what I'm supposed to, I'd hit what I'm supposed to. Trying to over anticipate freaking recoil. So I am definitely pretty left and shaky. I think I'm either pushing with my right hand a little bit, or pulling too. I don't think I'm pulling too much with my right, because I'm still a bit left. But other than the one failure to feed, which I'm calling a hiccup for this, it's been running great, considering, like I said, I haven't cleaned it, haven't lubed it. I've had it for like 2 weeks. But the Alpen's even running pretty good. Now that I have the proper screws in there, like I said, it hasn't been moving at all. All right, this thing is still just freaking hot because it is hot out here. The wind is not really had much of a breeze. I am starting to get worn out. Did have the optic come loose a little bit. I probably should have given it a full 24 or just cleaned off the original clumped on Loctite they had on it and put new liquid Loctite on it. Ah. I am just sucking. But then again, it is 20 yards, close to. And to give reference, that's the target size I'm looking at. So, you know, 8-inch target. Huh. And I'm slightly fatigued. Huh. Whew. Getting close to that 1,000. Okay, so we are at 980 rounds. I haven't done anything to this other than before the last 100. I had put a little bit of gun oil on it when I got here, so we're going to do the last 20 round mag as our final grouping for the Alpen and see how bad I suck. It's definitely got some low, considering I've shot like 700 and something rounds today. So we're going to set this over here to hopefully cool off some more, and then go take a look at this. I think if I just come here tomorrow after getting a good night's sleep, the group would have probably been better. Because again, I am tired. Well, fatigued. So most of it I can cover with most of my palm. I'm pretty sure a lot of this here was just me shaking or trying to shoot a little too fast. I could be wrong. But overall, for what it is, it's not a bad group for my ability at about 10, 12 yards. So overall, the Alpen, whatever the model is, pretty nice, you know, for a gun broker win. Just after like 700 something rounds when I haven't shot in a few weeks, And it definitely takes it out of you, especially when you're a little more used to using that Glock with the pistol brace. Because, like, I was fatigued with the OA defense, and I only did like 500 rounds through that. This one, I did even more. The gun was hot. My arms were tired. But, yeah, if I wouldn't have tried to, like, overfight the recoil, those probably wouldn't have been so low. All in all, not bad.